I am still pushing for us to achieve a big deal. But what I also said to the group is, if we can't do the biggest deal possible, then let's still be ambitious. And that we can actually accomplish without huge changes in revenue or significant changes in entitlements, but we could still send a signal that we are serious about this problem. The fallback position, the third option, and I think the least attractive option, is one in which we raise the debt ceiling, but we don't make any progress in deficit and debt. Because if we take that approach, this issue is going to continue to plague us for months and years to come. This is not some abstract issue. These are obligations that the United States has taken on in the past. The Congress has run up the credit card, and we now have an obligation to pay our bills. If we do not, it could have a whole set of adverse consequences. We've identified over $1 trillion in discretionary cuts, both in defense and domestic spending. That's hard to do. I mean, that requires essentially that you freeze spending, and when I say freeze, that means you're not getting inflation, so that these are programmatic cuts that over the course of 10 years, you'd be looking at potentially a 10% cut in domestic spending. Now, if you then double that number, you're then at that point really taking a big bite out of programs that are really important to ordinary folks. I mean, you're talking then about students accumulating thousands of dollars more in student loan debt every year. You're talking about federal workers and veterans and others potentially having to pay more in terms of their health care. So, I have not seen a credible plan, having gone through the numbers, that would allow you to get to $2.4 trillion without really hurting ordinary folks. Some of the balanced budget amendments that have been floating up there, this cap or cut, cap, and balance, for example, when you look at the numbers, what you're looking at is cuts of $500 billion below the Ryan budget in any given year. I mean, it would require cutting Social Security or Medicare substantially. And I think it's important for everybody to understand that all of us believe that we need to get to a point where eventually we can balance the budget. We don't need a constitutional amendment to do that. The problem is members of Congress are dug in ideologically into various positions because they boxed themselves in with previous statements. And so this is not a matter of the American people knowing what the right thing to do is. This is a matter of Congress doing the right thing and reflecting the will of the American people.